Let's go. We're starting this journey. We are starting this journey. Use Chizuru. Of course we're gonna use Chizuru. This is a work of fiction. Named characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents mentioned in this work do not have... I can't read. Went to Kyoto looking for our father. It's now nighttime. We were chased by Ronin. The Ronin didn't follow us. Then some 3 guys in blue with white hair and red eyes had killed the Ronin that were chasing us and killed them, and we got caught up in a bunch of shit. So, yeah. Now we're starting from chapter 1. We've been through this. I am skipping. I'll just do this, so we have a refresher of what has happened. All at once, the events of the previous night rushed back to me. This is in my room. My limbs were snugly bound in tight knots, so all I could do was wiggle around in bed, twisting the blankets around me. God damn it, Okita! My brain just thought, damn, this would be so painful if you kept doing loops of this story for 12, 13 times. Oh god. It'll be worse depending if you remember everything or not. Or by the end of it, you remember everything. I don't know. Quite silently. Silently? You just say silently! Silently, I stared at Okita. In fact, why might even confuse him at first glance as a gang of bohemian thugs? I don't know how I feel about this line, because I know in the original they translated it as something completely different. I think just thugs. Don't know where bohemian came from.
そんな顔しないでくださいよ。今のはただの冗談ですから。
Shut up, Shoji.
あんたは冗談に聞こえる冗談を言え。
I was truly at a loss for what to do. And the answer is, find a way to escape. There was nothing for it. I had to try and escape. Meaning I needed to get moving immediately. Staying in this room did nothing to help me. Fortunately, they hadn't bothered to tie me up completely again. Only my hands were bound. That would slow me down, certainly, but so long as I could move my legs, I stood a chance. All right, now the exit is... I cast my memory back to when they brought me into the building the night before. Right. I'm sure it will work out. I stood up. Holding my breath, I edged towards the door. I knew it was rude, but I had no choice but to try and open the sliding door with my toe. But I was almost there when suddenly it flew open all on its own, revealing...
No!
Ah! I stumbled straight into Kondo-san.
おや、ずいぶん大胆な方ですね。まさか逃げるつもりだったんですか？勝手に動いては困りますね。君の身が余計に危うくなるだけですよ。
His voice was calm and not unfriendly, but his eyes were frigid and calculating. Too late, I realized why they hadn't bothered to tie me up again. They'd been watching me.
逃げれば切る。ゆうべ、俺は確かにそう言ったはずだもん。
残念だけど、殺しちゃうしかないかな。約束を破るこの言葉なんて信用できないからね。
Okita smiled. He didn't look very sorry. I stayed where I was. You won't give me a chance to explain myself? I was innocent, but complaining wasn't going to help me. Perhaps it would be best if I simply accepted my death. Then, you may do whatever you like with me. Okita roared with laughter, his shoulders shaking. The anger in my voice proved unaffecting to them.
君、面白いね。でも、ちょっといじめすぎちゃったかな。もう少し肩の力抜いてよ。取って食べたりしないからさ。
What do you want? You were just talking about killing me.
君みたいに潔い女の子、初めて見たよ。
Huh? A girl? You knew I was a girl?
そうじゃ、この少年が女子だというのか。
近藤さん、落ち着いてくれ。気づいてるやつは気づいてたみたいだが、あんたはまず分かってねえと思ってたが。
もしかして三男君も気づいていたのか。
ええ、一生懸命に男装を試みてますが、どこから見ても女の子です。
さあ、お兄さんたちに話してごらん。女の子が男装してまで夜の京を歩いていた理由。
Did he call himself Onisan? Fuck you. Fuck you. Okita-san. Sana-san shrugged and let out a loud sigh.
もう一度皆を集めましょうか。意見を変えるものが出るかもしれませんからね。
In February 1864. Alright. It's a cold day. We got a jacket. Living at the headquarters. And we can't really move anywhere. So,
お前の身柄は新選組預かりとする。が、女として屯所へ置くわけにはいかねえ。新選組にかくまわれている女がいる。そんな話が万一にも広まれば、よくねえ勘繰りをするやつも出てくる。それに、噂を聞いて行動さんを狙っている奴らが、お前まで狙い出すかもしれねえ。もちろん、行動さんが狙われていると確定したわけじゃねえがな。
hold on. Oop. No, not skip read. Made his orders more
そ
palatable.
れに、ですから私たち幹部のほか、情報はそれこそ。
I already skipped a bunch, so let's just
屯
get
所
this
じゃ
over
何
with.
もしなくていい。部屋を一つやるから引きこもってろ。
Got a room, we're staying in it.
あれ、おかしいな。この子、誰かさんの故障になるんじゃなかったですか。
いいか、掃除。てめえは余計な口出しせずに黙ってろ。
And now we've been here for a week and we're just contemplating how little we can do. And we got our sword back, which is a trusty kodachi or a short sword. We can heal fast. Like really fast. And we keep it a secret from everybody. And we are afraid of blades. Which doesn't really come up that often, I feel. And, you know, soldiers not liking it because somebody just came in, was new, and they got a room. Which is a privilege. And, we're wondering what the fuck do we do now? Hijikata is in Osaka, and we're gonna, talk to someone. Perhaps there would be someone in the inner courtyard to whom I could speak, I thought. I didn't want to be spotted by the soldiers, so I hid for a moment and scanned the area. Oh, good. things were looking up. The only people in the courtyard were Okita-san and Saito-san. This is a scene we haven't seen before, so I'm gonna go slow with it. Good morning. Good morning, Okita-san. Good morning, Saito-san. Or is it better to say Ohio? They showed no signs of surprise to my approach and turned lazily to greet me.
おはよう。明るいような暗いような微妙な顔してるね。
How did you guess?
何か思うところがあるという様子だ。俺たちに用があるなら言うといい。
Well, I didn't want to impose a complaint, but they had asked. I was hoping I could go look for my father soon.
それは無理だ。あんたの護衛に咲く人員は整っていない。
He hadn't exactly left me any room for argument. Is there really nothing you can do? It's not like I want to go very far. Just walking around the city is enough.
僕たちが巡察に出かけるとき、同行してもらうのが一番手っ取り早いかな。
Your rounds? I must have worn a confused expression because Okita-san's eyes narrowed and he proceeded to warn me.
言っておくけど、巡察って命がけなんだよ。僕たちが下手を打てば死ぬ大使だって出る。老子に殺されたくないなら最低限、自分の身くらい自分で守ってもらわないとね。
Well, I do know a little of swordsmanship. I should be able to protect myself a little. Internally, though, I was frightened by the rounds. The last thing I wanted was to see another person die. I had seen enough of that to last a lifetime. I had to remind myself that fear couldn't rule me. No matter what, I had to find my father. Kyoto may be a dangerous place, but being paralyzed by fear would prevent me from ever finding him.
ならば俺が試してやる。腰のものが飾りではないと証明してみせる。
What?
加減はしてやる。遠慮は無用だ。どこからでも全力で打ち込んでこい。
But...
どうした雪村。その子たちはやはり単なる飾りなのか。
No, of course it's not, and I have taken lessons. I'm not lying. But I can't attack you. If my hand were to slip and I cut or stab you, not only would you be injured, but you could die. Excuse me. You don't have to laugh.
はじめくん相手に殺してしまうかもなんて不安になれる君は文句なしにすごいよ。最高。
Ah, fuck you, Okita. Of course, I hadn't thought I could be one of the captains in the Shinsengumi, but still, accidents happen! Even if you are trained or not, accidents still fucking happen. Still a chance of someone getting hurt. If it's to help someone or to protect myself, I wouldn't think twice to draw my kodachi. But right now, it's to test my skills. So, this is to test my skills, right?
どうやら物分かりはいいみたいだね。君がそれなりに刀の使える人間だって分かれば、僕たちも君の外出を少しは前向きに考えるし。
刃に不安があるのなら、鞘を刀代わりに使うか、峰打ちで打ち込め。
I looked down at my sword. Even with the scabbard of the back of my blade, a misplaced strike could break bones. However, this was the opportunity I waited for. I don't want to miss this chance. I straightened up and looked straight into Saito-san's cold, calm eyes. Let's go! I settled into a fighting position. Saito-san cocked his head slightly to one side and let out a small noise I took to be a laugh. His stance stayed defensively, no signs of fear despite the fact that I was clearly ready to attack. Did he intend to leave his sword sheath? I stopped the thoughts as it entered my mind. His words were to be trusted. Here I come! As I stepped forward, I let out a yell and lunged. The backside of my blade collided with the shoulder of a defenseless Saito. Or so I thought. In a blink of an eye, his face was only inches from mine, and I could feel the cold steel of his blade. This was the skill of a Shinsengumi captain. My body froze and sweat dripped down my neck.
死を誇れ。あんたの剣には曇りがない。立ち筋には心が現れる。あんたは死に恵まれたのだろう。
He turned without another word, sheathed his sword, and began to walk away. I then noticed how wildly my heart was beating. What was that?
これいい子たちだね。ずいぶん年代物みたいだけど。
I looked over at Okita to see him holding my kodachi. I looked down at my hand where I had expected the sword to be. It was empty. I'm sorry. Thank you for picking up my sword. He nodded and tossed the sword to me. I reached for it, but there was almost no strength left in my hands, and I nearly dropped it. The blow of Saito-san's sword on my own had left my hands numb. That strength seemed almost inhuman.
大丈夫？やっぱり驚いたかな。はじめくんの居合は達人級だからね。
Yes, I suppose I'm okay. But what's... yeah, I felt like a bit of a fool asking, but they seemed to think it was a perfectly legitimate question.
対等状態から抜き打ちの一撃を放つ技だ。抜刀直後の刃が上向いているのはわかるな。
You wear your katana just like my kodachi then.
そうだ。昔の太刀は刃を下に向けて吊るしていたが、今の内刀は腰に刺すために上向きにする。本来であれば刀身が鞘から抜け切るまで待ち、刀を返して相手に刃を向ける手間がかかる。
And he could have easily taken my head with that blade. Had we faced an actual battle, I would have been dead sooner than I could prepare myself for.
居合は片手で抜き打つことが多いから、結果的に威力が下がって実用性は低いなんて言われることもあるんだけどね。
That's not a problem Saito-san has. It seems like he could easily finish an opponent with a single blow.
もしはじめくんが本気だったら、君の子たちを弾いた後、即座に追撃してとどめを刺してたと思うよ。
The only reason I survived that encounter was because Saito-san had never intended to kill me. A thought that made me shiver. That's Iai then. And from a true master of the art, it left me speechless, trembling from its power. A feeling of honor began to creep and coil itself around my heart. The outside appearance of the Shinsengumi did not reflect their deadliness. It mesmerized me to witness men who could be gentle yet killers.
落ち込むことはない。あんたは外を連れ歩くのに不便を感じない腕だ。
Really? I looked from side to son to Okita-san. He gave me a smile and brought his hands together in polite applause.
へえ、はじめくんのお墨付きか。これってかなりすごいことだよ。
So much so that he is smiling. Then that means you can take me with you?
外出禁止令を出した人が許可するならいつでも連れて行ってあげるんだけどね。
Right. I had a feeling he was going to say something similar, so I simply nodded in agreement.
副長が大阪出張から戻るまで今しばし待たせることになる。すまないな。
Oh, you don't need to apologize, Saito-san. It's alright. Saito-san looked at me for a beat, then turned away. I thought perhaps he looked to me with pity.
巡察に同行できるよう俺たちからも副長に進言しておこ
う。だからもう少しだけおとなしくしててね。遊び相手くらいにならなってあげるからさ。
Really? Okita-san smirked and I couldn't tell if he was kidding or meant it. I turned to look up to the sky, watching the white clouds gently drift apart, perhaps a shy omen. At last I had made some progress in my research. I told myself, however little. The wind had pushed the clouds off Kyoto, and the brilliant blue they'd hidden sparkled above. Time stood still, shadows drifting along my wall. Oh no.
もしかして気づいてなかったとか？この時間帯は僕が君の監視役なんだけどな。
Did you hear everything I've said?
なんか言ってたの？
He heard me. He had definitely heard me. I wanted to scream, but before I could open my mouth, Saito-san appeared out from behind a door.
掃除無駄話はそれくらいにしておけ。
Wait, were you here the whole time too?
つい先ほど来たばかりだが。
Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry for screaming like that.
気にするな。そもそも今の独り言は聞かれて困るような内容でもないだろう。
True, I didn't say anything bad, but, still. Oh, I was just embarrassed to be caught talking to myself. Saito-san watched me fidgeting and mumbling, his eyes pierced right through me.
夕飯の支度が済んだのだが、邪魔をしただろうか。
Oh, no, nothing at all.
あんたと掃除の話に一区切りついたら声をかけるつもりだったんだが、放っておくと長引きそうだったからな。話の腰を折らせてもらった。
Saito shrugged shortly before we caught the sound of footsteps approaching us noisily. Heisuke shot through the door. The moment he saw us, however, his face fell.
あのさ、飯の時間なんだけど。
すまん、平介。今行く。
ああ、お前も急げって。早くしねえと食うものなくなっちまうからさ。
Sorry, Todo-san. I'll be there as soon as I can. He turned to leave, but he halted in his tracks. He pursed his small lips together before speaking.
ああ、その東堂さんってやめない？みんな平介って呼ぶからそれでいいよ。
Are you sure?
年も近いからその方がしっくりするし、あとそのデスマスもやめようぜ。
Alright, I'll do that then, Heisuke.
そうそう、それでいいや。じゃあ早く行こうぜ。
And now we are absolutely skipping through this scene because we've seen it too many times. And we're still skipping Osaka is just a place where bad things happen, apparently. To be fair, this is a nighttime scene, and I kinda am getting very tired.